Yass-Waddah, what's up? Welcome to... Okay, let's just stop fooling around right away in the beginning. This one is, however, Yass-Waddah, and I'm not really sure if this band is nowadays either Spanish or Italian, because this album came to me from Tenerife, that is of Canary Islands, which is, I guess, more or less Spanish country, but this band seems to have originated from Italy. So with this information, let's start seeing what lies inside of this CD. This is the second released by this one-man band, and it's a CDR release, as you can pretty much see by this small, to me previously unknown label, They Live We Sleep Recordings. Inside we'll have obviously a booklet and inlay, which is kind of a curious. I don't know how much you can actually make out of that image, but it's kind of a weird image. On the back side of the inlay we obviously have the lyrics. Not the lyrics, sorry, I mean we have track list here. Guess I'm too tired to make sense, but that's very often the case here. Then we have a kind of a cool version of Ouroboros symbol here, which kind of also reminds me of Ubisoft, the gaming company logo. And then we have this curious cover. I mean, there are a couple of details which I want you to pay attention to. First of all, is the devil here not having pants and also not having his limb here, penis? Or does he just have very matching pants? I don't know, seems to me like a weird censorship. Also, what is this creature here? He's like a mummy of devil, like, devil, come here in. Your supper is ready. No, Mom, I can't. I'm just, summoning this ball of fire. I don't know about you, but kind of a weird, even kind of a cringe cover. Inside of this booklet, we obviously have lyrics, which are, I guess, readable. At least the font is very clear. We have a couple of weird symbols here. Not so weird, but kind of unknown. Then we have, obviously, Mr. Artist, looking like Geralt, the Witcher, in a way, after cutting a haircut. That's how it looks. Let's take a look at the band's metal archives while I'll tell you a little bit of the music. As you can see, this band, at least what it's told here, seems to have originated from Italy. Seems to have only one member. Previous band members are obviously here listed as well, but nowadays it seems to be just this one man who has been doing this second album called This Reality Is Just a Deception. This is some 39 minutes here overall listed and some 10 tracks. And what could be said about this album is that it's kind of clear that it's one-man project nowadays. I mean, it's basically kind of a typical black metal. It's melodic, it's fast tempo, it has synths. So it's one of those albums that is from the not so raw end of the genre. But what bugs me here is that the production is kind of it's not good. It's not really bad, but it's something like you really can hear it's been mostly, I guess, recorded at home. Or maybe just in a very low-end studio. It's not like it's totally bad, but it's kind of a weak and powerless. It's something that it's not really raw. It's not like, hey, let's do this kind of a lo-fi necro sound. But it's not really polished either. It's just like what is so often heard with some demos with some new bands that are just kind of figuring out what to do. Also, what really kind of strikes out here with these songs is that lots of these riffs are very, very mediocre in nature. Not outright bad once again, but very, very typical, very uninteresting for the most part. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the selected genre here. I mean, you can have those keyboards to kind of create the atmosphere and melodies, but you really have to have some kind of a catchiness when you go with the melodies. Create those kind of melodies that really kind of stuck in your head and you see them like whistling or humming or whatever later on. And that's not happening with this album, unfortunately. What is actually good, however, is these weird vocals. And why weird is that they're not really typical shrieky or screamy type of vocals, not even growly, but it's kind of a demonic I don't know, screamy, or I don't know what the right word is, because it's not really high pitched, but then again kinda very, very demonic, very devilish kind of vocals. Not everybody's cup of tea, I must say that. It's much like Attila of Mayhem doing vocals. I mean, he has a very distinct voice and some people just hate it and some love it. This is different, but the kind of the same thing appears here. I mean, very distinct vocals and very much on the top of everything. I must say I like them. They are very demonic and they kind of create this weird feeling like, okay, something inhuman is happening here. Very much like the cover, except that the vocals, in my opinion, are not cringe. But these are not to save the album, of course. I mean, it doesn't matter how good vocalists you have, because if the songs are not that good, well, nothing can be really saved. Not by the sound, not by the vocals, or vice versa. But I think something is very potential here, and that's why I don't consider this a bad album, because there are lots of ideas which could be, with given time, honed or polished to a different level. But to me, this sounds very much like work in progress. And this is so typical with one-man bands. I don't want to go deeper into that rant. I've already done it with the opinion videos. But to be honest, this album probably could benefit, this band could benefit of other members, having something to reflect those ideas on, or even give some kind of a producer some, space to give you this kind of idea like, hey, you need to push these ideas even further and so forth. With this information, obviously, you want to listen for yourself and figure out whether or not this is your cup of tea. Melodic black metal, that's it, folks. Take care and hope you enjoy it.